So Russel Crowe is telling us the Popes Exorcist could become a trilogy. Neca Toys has announced their new full-size Megan doll, and the amount of money that Disney has lost on Indiana Jones, the Dial of Destiny is going to blow your mind. Now clearly we got a couple things to cover here today. If you're new here, I'm Kevin, and if you want to talk about all things movies, make sure you hit that subscribe button to follow along. And I want to start with the Neca Toys Megan doll because I love my horror movies. I thought Megan was great. I can't wait for Megan 2.0. And now Neca Toys has announced their 1-to-1 scale, life-size Megan doll. Now this is pretty cool. It comes in at 55 inches tall and comes with a screen-accurate outfit. The problem is this sucker is $500. So if you got $500 laying around and you want a full-size Megan doll, this might be right up your alley. Now, I do have a little bit of a problem with this doll, although, again, does have a movie-accurate outfit, and the hair looks very good. The face does not. I'm sorry, the face just doesn't match up. That being said, I think you could make this doll for a lot less than $500. I mean, you get a prop mannequin or you can make your own frame for that matter, put some doll hands on it, find the outfit at Spirit Store or something. And I mean, honestly, the face does kind of look like a Spirit Store pullover mask. So $500 worth? Probably not. Would it be cool to have? Absolutely. But now it's kind of giving me an inspiration to build my own. And I think I could. I might be on my to-do list this Halloween. Build my own Megan doll. Maybe I'll do it before Halloween. I don't know. But this, if the face was 100% accurate to the movie, I would say okay. I could see this possibly validating $500. Because let's be honest, a movie accurate Chucky Doll is going for $400. But the face just doesn't work. The face isn't accurate enough to justify it. But I would love to know what your thoughts are on this. Am I crazy? Is it close enough for you to justify $500? Or do you think that this is more like maybe a $200 doll? I'd probably hand over $200 for this. But it's not movie accurate enough for me. Neca says the doll is going to be released sometime in 2024. We don't have an exact release date yet, but they are taking pre-orders right now. Now, staying with the horror movie theme, did you enjoy The Popes Exorcist? I thought this was a pretty good movie. I know religious exorcist type movies are really hit or miss, but I think this one, it was pretty good. There was some repetition with other Exorcist movies. I mean, there were scenes you've seen before, and there were a couple new things, but just with Russel Crowe, he brought, I don't know, he got my attention. I enjoyed this film. And recently he had a chat with Virgin Media Television on the 6 o'clock show where he was asked, can we expect a sequel? What's going on with it? And he said in a quote, that's in discussion at the moment. The original producers, they originally got the kickoff from the studio, not just for one sequel, but for 2. But there's been a change of studio heads at the moment, so that's going around in a few circles, but very definitely, man. So, that's interesting for the fact that they said originally they were set up for a trilogy, at least one sequel, possibly 2. But as he just said in that statement, studio heads have changed. Now they're going around about what's going to happen. All that could change. But he also did mention that with the character, Gabriel Amarth, he wrote 12 books. And he said they have so much source material to go off of. Doing 3 movies would be so easy. And that the books that he had, the stories that he had to tell, and all his adventures, he said they're so much fun, and he would, be more than happy to do a trilogy or at the very minimum a sequel. He also added that if either one of those sequels are to happen, it probably won't be till next year. They still have a lot going on behind the scenes, and that it will most likely be that The Popes Exorcist 2 will get off the ground, but when is the big question. Like Russel Crowe said, there's a lot to this character, and I feel like they could definitely entertain us for another sequel, if not a trilogy. But I would love to know what your thoughts are. Is this a movie that caught your attention? Did you enjoy it? or did you just not care? Now let's talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. The original Indiana Jones movies are absolutely phenomenal. They're great classics. They'll never go out of style. The Dial of Destiny, I watched it. It was okay. It was definitely better than Crystal Skull in my opinion, but it's definitely not going to stand out to me as, you know, something down the road I'm going to want to rewatch. It just kind of closed out the franchise, essentially. But the amount of money that Disney put into this movie, and then the amount they put into marketing and what they got out of it, this is going to shock you. So this movie had a budget of $387 million, including a $79 million post-production budget. That is a lot for a movie. Now, when it comes to box office revenue, Disney didn't even come close to that. As a matter of fact, they lost $134.2 million on that movie. That is an insane amount. We knew that movie was going to bomb, but we didn't know it was going to bomb that big. And it's hard to tell if the movie was just released at a really bad time for Disney or if the movie was that bad. I mean, granted, they put a lot into it with CGI and de-aging and all this other stuff, but they also released it at a time where Disney was at its lowest. Past couple of years, Disney has not made anything profitable. If it has been profitable, it's been so marginal, they're barely breaking even. So is it just people didn't want to see it because they're boycotting Disney, which has been going on? Or is this, again, the movie just that bad? I don't know. I don't want to say the movie was that horrible, but I will say that coming out with a $387 million budget, that's a lot. That sets the standards really high, and I think that did have a lot to do with the outcome. Now, I really hate to see the Indiana Jones franchise go down like that. I don't think, again, it was a horrible movie. It wasn't great, but it was definitely better than Crystal Skull, and it just, to me, just ended the franchise. It just closed it out. We're done. It's over. Don't expect anything else. I don't know. It just kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth. But as always, I would love to know what your opinion is on all the topics we've covered today. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you at the concession stands.